and today we're going to talk about the 504 Green program. We've spoken about it in the past, and I want to kind of re-emphasize why it's such a great tool, and you should be looking at this if you're building ground up self-storage. So the 504 is hard assets. It's got to be real estate or equipment. But if you go 504 Green, you have to show that you're going to be either using renewable energy or if it's existing structure that you can show a 10% reduction in energy, essentially.
Welcome to the Investor Financing Podcast, where we interview real estate investors and lenders so you can learn all the secrets to getting your projects funded and scale your portfolio. And now, your host, Beau Eckstein.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Investor Financing Podcast. And I'm your host, Beau Eckstein. And today we're going to talk about the 504 Green program. We've spoken about it in the past, and I want to kind of re-emphasize why it's such a great tool. And you should be looking at this if you're building ground up self-storage, hospitality. If you're buying an existing acquisition, could be an assisted living facility, any owner-user type businesses, SBA is a must-know tool for those type of businesses and properties. So the 504 is hard assets. It's got to be real estate or equipment, and it's a great tool. But if you go 504 Green, which let's say you're building self-storage, you have to show that you're going to be either using renewable energy or if it's existing structure that you can show a 10% reduction in energy, essentially, right? So energy, if you're doing something to the property that's creating a better energy efficiency, and you need to show that it's dropping 10%. There's a third-party engineering company that does a study. It's usually $3,000 or $4,000. You might have to do. They make recommendations. Could be LED, could be windows, could be things like that. But if you're doing the 504 Green program, I suggest you do it on all your deals, especially in the beginning, because collectively you're capped at $5 million if you don't do green. But you can have combined loans out there of up to $16.5 million, and that's just the SBA piece. So that could be 50 or 60 or $70 million in real estate transactions. So because the 504 piece is a second, all right, and then there's a senior debt. So typically it's 30 to 40% of the capital stack is the SBA piece or the CDC piece. So mental note: 504. SBA Green is the way to go. High leverage, great rates. The second piece is a 25-year fixed on real estate. So it's a very good financing tool for storage, for hospitality, different asset classes. If it's special purpose, we got to reduce LTVs by 5%. There's a couple caveats to that, but really what the point of this is that if you're going SBA 504, you should go SBA Green, most likely. Book a call below. I'm happy to talk to you about SBA. And also sometimes you can do an SBA 504 with a companion 7A, because 504 does not fund the intangible or the blue sky, the business. So on evaluation, they're evaluating the hard assets, but there's also could be in that valuation blue sky or intangible, right? And so you can't finance that portion. But if you do a 504 Green with a 7A companion, high leverage, great financing tool. So remember, think 504 Green, energy efficiency, or some kind of renewable like solar is another way to meet the thresholds to get the 504 Green product. It's well worth it. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please like, share, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to the Investor Financing Podcast. For show notes and useful resources, please visit investorfinancingpodcast.com. For questions or comments, email info@investorfinancingpodcast.com. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your network. Until next time.